I'm Cecily with Zimbio, and we're here at SF Health Fest with Kevin Hart and Maria Menounos.
I'm here with my partners in crime, man, Rally Health. You're looking at two of Rally's ambassadors, and this is an amazing event that we've been putting on now for quite some time. This is our fourth Health Fest. We've done Dallas, we've done New York, we did LA, and this was San Francisco, man. And we wanted to come out here with a bang and simply give people a reason to come out, be active, smile, and inform. And after informing them, put them in a position to take the first step forward in living a healthy lifestyle. We're just providing a push today, that's all.
Okay, so you're trying to advocate for people to get out there, get healthy, get active.
Yeah,
I like that. I should have said advocate.
Yeah, that's a good key word.
I should have said the word advocate.
That's okay.
Yeah. Do you want to do it again?
Yeah. We're trying to advocate. We're trying to advocate. We get people out here. We advocate.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
I got it.
It's a great thing that you guys are doing. I imagine that health and fitness has a place in your guys' hearts.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I grew up with a type 1 diabetic dad at home.
Okay.
And I got to see just how important putting good fuel into your body was. I did have a stint in college where I went a little crazy because I was away from my healthy home and gained 40 pounds. And so I had to lose that at some point because I didn't want to become diabetic. And so luckily I went on that health journey and lost 40 pounds. And
That's awesome.
Thanks.
Me too.
Yeah, and so, health and fitness is a really important part of my life. It's definitely a big part of Kevin's life, and that's why this is such a great kind of team, because they're passion points for all of us, and we really want people to get out and make better choices and to see that it's fun and it's easy. And Rally's such a great company because they're giving people the tools to take control of their lives and their health care and help them navigate it, because it's like brain surgery for people, and when you're trying to figure out insurances and what's covered and what doctors, and so they try to simplify it all, and that's something that I'm always all about, is simplifying everything.
Right, absolutely. And I imagine it also helps you guys with your lifestyles. I know you're super busy, Kevin. I know that you do a lot of really active films, so you need to get your body right and kind of be ready for those.
Of course. I mean, look, the demand that I put on myself is at a high level. You can't expect to be 100% if you're not giving yourself a chance to be at 100%. So I'm pulling 14, 15, sometimes 16-hour days.
Wow.
And to do that day after day and not eat right, or not condition yourself to deal with that type of schedule, especially if it's relentless, traveling, landing, you're just eating fast foods nonstop, eventually it will take a toll on you. And when you look around and you see some of the closest people to you falling because of lack of education and simple care, strokes. How she was talking about diabetes, you're talking about high blood pressure, you're talking about heart attacks. These are all things that can be prevented. These are all things that you can definitely help push away, and I think people don't take those things as serious as they should. Sometimes it takes seeing one of your closest relatives or friends, falling down to something of that level for you to go, oh my God, it can happen to anybody. And that's what happened to me after, seeing a very close relative struggle with a stroke and seeing the effect that a stroke can have, and finding out what it's caused by, me saying, let me do what I can to make sure that I'm taking myself out of the realm for that to happen, and also be an example for the ones that are around me and that are watching me on a regular basis. And that's from my wife to my kids to my other affected family members to fans that simply follow me. I think it's contagious, and a healthy lifestyle is very important.
And I know that exercise is not only great for your physical health, but your mental health.
Of course, 100%.
As well. Can you guys speak on how exercise helps you mentally when you're preparing, when you're stressed?
She actually can't pronounce T's and H's unless she works out. If she doesn't get her workout in the morning, she's a mess. It's she can't. Her job is it's all enunciation. But if she doesn't get that workout in, her mental's off. Oh my God, I'm dragging. That's what she said. I'm dragging. I'm not myself. That's how she says it. Yeah. She needs it. It's a big part of the mental.
Then I get fired.
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't work.
Yeah.
Definitely doesn't work.
Here's what I really want people to understand, man. Like that mental stimulation. Like people really may or may not get it. It's for you. The mental side of physical fitness, it's you. No one else can control it. It's about you setting a goal and saying what your journey is going to be and watching you stay true to what you said you were going to do. The mental win in that is knowing that you're still working on what you said you were going to do. The result of that win is whatever you want it to be because you're the one that's creating the journey. You're the one that's setting your own standards. That's where the mental stimulation comes from. That's where the head up high and the shoulders broad and the smile, because you're like, oh my God, regardless of what anybody else is saying you're doing, I know what I'm doing for me, and I see that I'm becoming a better person because of what I'm controlling.
Right.
You don't do this for other people. You're not doing it for people to go, ooh. You do it for you first.
Right.
And after doing it for you, then you can, you know what, I'm really into physical fitness. I want to take it up a notch. I'm going to go and I'm going to start to try to tone and train. But the first thing is up here. You got to get this first.
Yeah. There's a lot of pride in that.
Well, yeah, and the mental aspect's so important. I know for me, if I don't move or I don't do anything like that for myself, I'm angry and crabby and it doesn't work. So, you know, for me, and it's not like I'm going to go to the gym every day because it's not something I enjoy. So I found the things that I enjoy. I love nature. I love being outside. So I take my parents for walks in the morning. It's a great way for us to catch up. It's a great way for us to, you know, connect and hear the birds chirp and smell the flowers and
get outside.
Yeah, and you feel better about yourself. You know, if you get to go do a class, like I did a Pure Barre class a couple weeks ago, and I was like, oh, it was so much fun. You get to be with other people, you get to try something different, challenge yourself, and then when you come out the other side, there's never been a person, I don't think, that's ever said after the workout that they regretted it.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
You always feel amazing after, and you have this kind of like euphoria because you did it. Like I feel like $1,000,000 right now. We just crushed it out there. We worked out for like 4 hours straight like animals. You missed the bounce. The bounce was hard.
You and the extra minute on the bike is made me a little upset. There was just too many people watching, so I couldn't say anything. I had to be pumped up. I didn't like the extra minute that she had.
But it's so for you. It's so important for your mental state. Like I think that's, for me, it's more mental than it is for the physical. I'm always more about the mental.
Wow, okay. And you guys were down there with a lot of kids, and I know, Kevin, you have kids. Are these values that you try to instill in your kids?
Of course.
You know, stay active.
Of course. You start them while they're young. I mean, it's about creating and making them understand the importance of the mindset that we were just talking about. And as a child, when you understand why you're moving or why you should not just want to eat junk all the time and eat healthy and make sure you make a separation. I'm not saying not have a good time, but I'm saying also understand why the side is important too. As you grow up, it's instilled in you. There's things that have been beating our heads from our parents that until this day we know because it's embedded into our brains. So making sure that you're, I guess you say, rebooting those computers that are your kids' brains to have positive thoughts in them, as well as understanding and being lenient about junk from time to time. It's not. I'm not just a strict dad. I'm not the no sugar, no candy, no. I get it. Go.
Cheetos have their place.
They absolutely do. I totally agree with that.
Have your good time. I'm not saying you don't, but you gotta eat some vegetables for dad too. When we go to dinner, I don't mind. If you guys you want dessert afterwards, that's fine. But give me the greens and stuff in here so I can say, okay,
balance.
At least you did both. So that's where I am with my kids.
But then we know that it's not always easy. You know, you have to work out, but you're kind of like, oh, I really don't feel like it. What's the weirdest way that you guys have ever used to kind of inspire yourselves? Do you watch like weird TV? Do you have like funky
I watch
songs?
his Instagram.
Oh yeah?
I swear to God, his Instagram motivates me to get out and move my butt.
That's saying something.
It's true. Hustle hard. I'm like, you know what? If he's doing it, I need to do it. Like, I gotta move.
I get up.
But then I also created a lazy girls workout in bed.
In bed.
Yeah, and I think it's in my first book. In Every Girl's Guide to Life, I created a lazy girls workout because there was one time, I think it was the presidential debates back in like 2008 or something, and I wanted to watch the debate, and I didn't want to go to the hotel gym, so I stayed in bed, and I was like, you know what? What's the difference between doing a push-up in bed and a push-up on the floor? A little margin. And so then I created a whole workout in bed, and it's awesome. And I actually had a trainer approve it, because I was like, is this dangerous? Is this stupid? Am I crazy? She told me I wasn't.
That might be the secret to getting the whole world healthy.
What's the difference? There's a little
Margin. But listen, we're doing
There's
something.
There's a little softer. You
A
may
little
take a
sit-up.
nap
A little more
every
give.
in between there, maybe minute 30 breaks. You're not going and pushing your level as high. Whatever. I'm active.
Doing
It's
something.
good. I'm doing something.
Hey, something's better than nothing.
Yeah.
I get up. I literally get up. My wife hates it. I get up.
You do
Every
not
day.
struggle.
Every day. All right, babe, I'll see you when I get back.
Every day.
She would rather me. Come on, you're not gonna stay. Bye. See you when I get back. Bye. See you when I
I
get
drag
back.
Kevin down. I'm like, no, honey.
All right.
And
See you when I
then
get back, babe.
he'll get sucked into the abyss, he calls. And
See
he's
when
like,
I
oh,
see when I get back, babe.
Yeah.
I see when I get back, babe.
Because you know if you wait and
I'm
hesitate, she's going to get you.
I'm like it's like a weird computer. Bam. All right. I'll see you when I get back, babe. I'm up. Alarm goes off. That's how I get up. I just sit up.
Like The
All right,
Undertaker?
I'm out.
Do you ever watch WWE?
That's
It's like The
honestly
Undertaker.
how I am.
Yeah.
That's honestly how I am.
I love it.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap up here. Thank you guys so much.
Thank
One
you.
last question. Do you feel that exercise has helped you succeed? Do you feel, everybody out there who looks up to you, if they, get active, is that a way that they can help themselves succeed?
I believe it's all a part of your mindset that allows other things to follow. Okay? I think when you have this and you feel like you're in a great mental space, that's when everything else follows. So I think me adapting to this healthier lifestyle is 100% part of the reason why the success followed. Because everything that I'm doing, I feel like I'm my best at all times. I don't ever feel like I'm walking in and I'm half-assed or I'm not giving it my all, or I hot dog something to where I can regret later. It's always 100%. I'm very up. I'm ready for this. Oh, I'm gonna knock this out. Oh, I'm good. I know I'm good. I'm never questioning it.
Yeah. You're
Never.
energy rich all the time.
You are.
And that's why you're so successful. Like I
All the
see
time.
it, I know it. I watch it. It's like if you are energy rich and you're treating your vessel the best, it's not gonna move unless you give it the right
100%.
stuff. It's not gonna
Right.
stick with that pace. Like
I
I remember
truly believe that.
when I was starting out, I was 40 pounds heavier, and my fiance told me, I was like, what do I have to do to make it? And he's like, you gotta get healthy. Those hours are long, and if you aren't healthy, you can't do it. And so it's true, like we're putting in the hours, you've gotta have the energy to sustain it, and you've gotta have the fitness level to have that endurance.
Because the requests only grow.
Yeah.
They don't decline. The better you get, the more people want. So the requests grow. You don't work to not be wanted. You work for the want level to go through the roof.
Right.
That's literally what it boils down to, especially within entertainment. The hotter you get, the more people want you to be a part. Oh, we got a movie. Oh, we got a great thing with you. Be a perfect poster.
You get a movie?
Into this? Hey,
What?
Wait,
What?
did I?
Is there a
wait,
movie?
Did I
Did
just
you just
commit
say
to
there's a
something?
movie?
Did I just commit to anything just now? That's how it happens. So when these things are coming in, if you can't balance those things, I'll tell you this before we wrap up. I was touring, right? We filmed Central Intelligence. I did this
Awesome,
on
by
2
the way.
movies. Thank
So
you.
fun.
Yeah.
On Thursday, I would wrap on set. I always had to be done by like 6 p.m. I would have a show, if I was on the East Coast, if there was East Coast tour date, Thursday night. I would do 2 shows Thursday night. Fly.
After filming?
After filming.
Okay.
Fly to my next city. Friday, Saturday, 1 show Sunday, get done. Wrap that show, fly back Sunday night so I could be to work for a 6 a.m. call on Monday. I did that for the whole movie shoot. So I said, I'm not going to not tour because I would have had to pick one. I said I was doing both because I was at the tail end of my tour.
How long did that go on for?
A month and a half. Because we were filming the movie for 2.5 months. But I had stopped and I had to pick up this last part of my tour. I couldn't move the movie dates. But if I'm not in the right space, when I get on set, I'm
Right.
It's
I'm
true.
dead.
Yeah.
I'm dead. You can't do it. So that's an example.
Okay. Well, words of inspiration. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know how to sign off. I don't know how to sign off. I never knew how to sign off.
Thanks, guys. Really
Are we
appreciate
leaving
that.
these here?
Yeah, let's get one
Want
more.
to steal it again? Let's do it.
Yeah.